Hi, and welcome to ScheduleBin. In this video walkthrough, we're going to look at how an administrator manages his or her teams. If you're interested in some of the other features available in ScheduleBin, we strongly suggest that you take a look at some of our other video walkthroughs. To begin, enter your username and password and click on the Login button. Once logged in, you'll notice that we don't have any shifts or any messages. This is a new team called Cell Phone Retailer. We're going to go straight into the Teams panel now to take a look at what's there. On the left of the Teams view is our team hierarchy. You'll notice we only have one team and it isn't much of a hierarchy right now. But what we can do is we can add more teams so that it reflects a hierarchy of our organization. We'll be adding more teams a little bit later. On the right-hand side of your Teams view, you'll notice your team details. Here you can set your team name and contact information, as well as which time zone it's in, which is important for scheduling. Underneath, you'll notice a checkbox indicating whether or not the current team will pay for the premium ScheduleBin services of all its sub-teams, or if the sub-teams will pay for their own use of premium ScheduleBin services. Above your team details, you'll notice 4 buttons for 4 different sub-team views. The first one, Team Details, we just looked at. The next one is your team positions, where you can enter the positions that employees work for the current team. Next is the custom employee fields, where you can enter custom fields that you'd like to track for each employee, for example, an employee ID. The last button is the payment details button, where you can manage your payments and ScheduleBin premium services. Let's look at the team positions view. Here you can add the positions for your team. So for example, right now, we have a service rep. We can add another position, a sales rep. This way, when we do our scheduling, we can create shifts based on positions so that we can automatically fill in employees qualified for specific positions. The Custom Employee Fields button allows us to track additional pieces of information for each employee. By default, ScheduleBin only tracks basic information for each employee, such as first name, last name, and phone number. If we want to, we can add different pieces of information, such as employee ID. We can also add an employee's daily sales figures, so that way, with the statistics add-on, we can track each employee's sales performance. You only need to save your custom employee fields, and they will be immediately visible to all employees in your current team. The last button that we want to show you in the Teams view is the Payment Details button. Here you can subscribe to ScheduleBin premium services, and you can also edit your payment details. We offer several customized packages and features and request that you contact us at info@schedulebin.com to find out more. Next, let's look at adding teams to our team hierarchy. Because it's a hierarchy and not a list, teams are layered on top of each other so that your current team is going to be the parent team, and any new teams that you add to it are going to be sub-teams or child teams. Select which team that you want to add a new team to and click on the Add button. Fill out the new team's details, such as its name and contact information, and click Save. This will create a child team underneath the currently selected team. The child team will inherit all its parents' custom employee fields and schedule templates. By doing this, you can have your parent head office team create custom employee fields and schedule templates that it can pass down through the layers of your organization to your individual store teams, which would then be saved the hassle of having to create all these things from scratch. This also ensures that your stores are following your guidelines from head office. Once you've created your new child team, you can select it from your team hierarchy and view its details. You'll notice that it doesn't have any team positions, but it does have 2 custom employee fields that it inherited from its parent team. By selecting a team in our team hierarchy, we can view and edit some of its details. But you'll notice by clicking on the Employees tab, for example, that we're not actually signed on to our new team. To do that, we need to go to the top right, where we can select which current team we want to be signed into. If you've created or have been associated to multiple teams, you'll notice every time you log in, a drop-down in the top right that has a list of those teams. You can select any team from the list and you'll automatically be signed on to that team where you can manage it. For example, just now I signed on to our new child team. You'll notice there's only one employee in our list of employees, and that's the administrative user that I used to actually create the team. That user is now associated with this team. And now that we're logged onto it, we're free to add as many employees and do scheduling. You'll also notice at the top, the Teams tab is highlighted red, and if you mouse over it, there's a message telling you that there's no positions associated with this team. To associate positions with our new child team, simply click on the Teams tab and add them as per usual using the Team Positions button. You'll notice on the bottom of your team hierarchy a button labeled Sign into this team. You can use this to sign into any child team in your hierarchy. You'll want to use this to sign into teams that you have not explicitly created yourself. These are going to be teams that other people have created, but because they're child teams in your hierarchy, if you need to, you can sign into them and manage the schedules or employees. An easy way to create child teams is to select your desired parent team from the team hierarchy, and then copy and paste the link at the bottom of the team's view. You can send this link to others and have them create child teams and their own administrative account. They will not have access to the parent teams above them, but they will have administrative access to any and all child teams below them. This concludes our walkthrough. We hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact us at info@schedulebin.com.